During the negotiations on the Senate version of economic relief for Americans, there were Republicans like Senator Lindsey Graham who were aggrieved at the notion that unemployment insurance would be expanded to the point that people who make the lowest wages would actually earn a little bit more under the unemployment insurance. Keep in mind that unemployment insurance is a limited period of coverage. Okay, you would get paid for 4 months under this new plan that was passed by the Senate. And Lindsey Graham doesn't like it at all because he thinks, no, you should be paid starvation wages even in the middle of a pandemic. Take a look.
In my wildest dreams, I never believed we would pass a bill that would give you a pay raise if you got unemployed. I want people to get their income while they're unemployed, but I don't want to increase their wages because you'll incentivize people to leave their job. In this bill, you'll have 50 to 150% pay raises for people if they leave the workforce. Good luck with Amazon hiring 100,000 people because the unemployment benefits in South Carolina equal $23 an hour. How are you going to hire people in South Carolina when you're competing with government wages at $23 an hour? There's a lot of good in this bill. I'm going to vote for it. They're medical supplies that nurses and doctors and hospitals need. Mnuchin's done a good job, very much, trying to keep the Democrats from putting the Green New Deal into the bill. But here's what we've done. In the name of doing good, we're going to make it hard for the next 4 months for employers to find workers, and we're going to incentivize people to leave the workforce because the first time in my lifetime, America will pay you more not to work than work.
He started that argument off by saying, if you got unemployed, if the onus is on us, okay, as workers, it's our fault that there is a pandemic that the executive branch completely underestimated, minimized, just so Donald Trump can look good. And it got so bad that now the virus has spread quickly. By the way, we don't know how much it's spread because we still don't have enough testing available. And so people have to stay home because of social distancing, right? But it's our fault. It's our fault that that's what happened, right? Yeah. It's the workers' fault. He's disgusting.
So, look, again, at TYT, we do nuance and we're rational actors. So if you had a bill that in the long term paid more to be unemployed than to be employed, would it be a problem? Yes, it would. Is this for the long term? No. Would any rational person decide, hey, you know what? In the middle of this crisis, I think it's a great idea to get unemployed, as Lindsey Graham would say. So let me go and get myself fired or quit because for a brief period of time, I might get a couple of bucks more, right? And then at the end of that 4 months, I don't know if I'll ever find a job again, but let me go get unemployed. No, that is not how people think. Yes, they respond to incentives and disincentives, but the idea that you're going to take a risk that you might not be able to get a job again, nobody thinks that way in the middle of this crisis, and that's crazy talk. And I want to come back to his different rules for the rich in a second, but go ahead, Anna.
Yeah, no, but here's what his thinking is, right? And I think that this is a problem not only with Republican lawmakers, but just our way of thinking in America overall. I see Democrats thinking this way as well, which is to say, well, if we offer too much help to these people, these workers who were making minimum wage, well, then maybe that will dissuade them from going out and finding another minimum wage job. But really, these wages need to be increased. If these companies are paying employees so little that unemployment insurance makes more sense economically, then there's a problem with what these employers are paying. Right? Because what he's really referring to right now are minimum wage workers, right? So he's thinking, well, I mean, they were making minimum wage before. Why are we going to pay them more? Because they should be paid living wages, not starvation wages. You know, these companies should give people an incentive to want to work for them, but they don't.
So two more quick things on this. One, he used Amazon as an example, a curious example in this case, because now there are reports out that Amazon's forcing people to work in tight quarters and then people are getting coronavirus in a warehouse and good luck, boom, spreads like wildfire, right? So Lindsey Graham is saying, poor Amazon. How are they going to force people to work in tight quarters now if we're actually giving people unemployment insurance? Okay, but it's always my poor beloved multinational corporations that legally bribe me every single day. So you see Lindsey Graham going, well, you know what? At the end of the day, with all these loans and grants, Boeing might come out ahead. And that's an outrage. Nope, doesn't care at all. Doesn't do any accountability on that. And they wouldn't come out a dollar or two ahead. They might come out hundreds of millions of dollars ahead, like the banks did the last time we did a bank bailout. Did Lindsey Graham care about that? No, he loved it, as long as it's going to his rich friends and his rich donors.
The number of people who filed for unemployment due to the coronavirus has reached 3.3 million Americans, okay? This is a crisis, it is a disaster, and to hear a Republican lawmaker complain that people who were typically paid starvation wages might get a little bit more in unemployment insurance is just gross. We should be encouraging people to stay home, to stay safe, and to slow the spread of COVID-19. But these disgusting, greedy Republicans who are looking out for the best interests of their corporate donors don't care about our lives, don't care about our best interests, and they certainly don't care enough about slowing the spread of this virus, which is totally slamming our healthcare system.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.